Well, welcome to an aircraft that you haven't seen before. This is the aerosoft A320, and we're down on the ground going to do a little bit of a mess around video, really just to show off this sound pack that I have in it, because I think it's just really cool. The 320 is probably one of my favorite aircraft. Obviously the Boeings is what you've seen most of because it has TFM support. But the aerosoft is was always something that we've wanted support for, and there is a possibility that it might be coming. Not to get anyone's hopes up or kind of give any details on it, because we just don't know right now. But nevertheless, the aircraft itself is here, and I have the 320 321 pack. I've been doing a bit of stuff and had Ira describe it. I think probably when I get my next Ira plan for college or university, I will maybe have them help me set up a couple of flights, because I've been watching some videos. So hopefully within 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, I could help them have me set up the CDU, and just at least do a takeoff, and then maybe have it just fly that flight. But that is quite a way down the road, and as I say, there is some options for TFM. It's not entirely hopeless in terms of getting a CDU access. So I just thought I would show you FSFO setting the aircraft up from a cold and dark state to getting it ready to fly. I'm assuming we're in a cold and dark state. I haven't found any kind of options file yet, and I imagine a lot of the stuff to set it up is in the CDU. But we are on the ground. As you can hear, the cooling is on the outside. But other than that, I think we're on ground power. So the cockpit seems to be pretty much cold and dark. So I'm just going to open First Officer Pro, which does support this aircraft. We're in the British Airways A320 delivery with the IAEs today.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Start talking flight monitor. Not that it, as I say, has any kind of support yet, but just so I can hear, it does read some of the very basics of it at the moment, just from what it has from the old freeware support. And he's already set the ADIRUs, which are the equivalents of the IRSs in this aircraft. And he has gone for his walk around, which I'm going to call him back from, because we don't really care about it. We're not programming any CDUs, so there's no point having him wait. Alright, he's checking the fuel pumps. The doors start open, and I will show you what happens when I try and there you go, he's done the seatbelt signs. I'll turn that on so that he won't hear me. But yeah, I'll show you what happens basically when I do the doors. I don't think we can do them with the default P3D commands. I think we need to actually access the CDU to do that, which is obviously unfortunate, but understandable that there's these kind of issues right now. This is just me messing around. He's checking the MCDU data now. He's going through all his usual flow. Looks like he's done. He can definitely tell that he's turned, I think, the fuel pumps on. So yeah, if we do Shift E to close the door, it kind of goes mad. Look, it goes door closed, door open, closed, open. Look. So I don't think you can just use the default P3D commands.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
That's the virtual cabin attendant. Apparently they were all aboard. So, pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Completed.
Passenger signs.
On.
Aiders.
Set.
Fuel. 529er 5 pounds.
Checked.
FMGS.
It's going to stop on FMGS because we haven't completed any of the setup on that
Set.
course.
Altimeters.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Alright, the checklist is complete. He's not going to start his flow, I think because the doors are still open. I just want to look at the briefing. This is something I haven't looked at actually. So if we go briefing, SID, so those look like the flaps, doesn't look like that's changed. Derated. Can import a flat plan, I guess. If we wanted to. So the flaps are going to be kind of interesting on FSFO because those noises you're hearing, by the way, like the charts moving into the paper, it comes with a virtual first officer who kind of apparently makes noises as he moves around the cabin, or the cockpit, I should say. I don't know how to turn him off, so. It's still got Boeing flaps here, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, we would do the flaps on landing, I guess. So there you go, and I guess it would read them from the CDU for takeoff. Anyway. So, what I'm going to have to do is just go here and go to the before start flow for the simple reason that the door is still open, or one of them is still open, and I think it is struggling. Well, it won't do the flow unless it thinks the door's closed automatically. So we're just going to force it to do the flow and get our APU started up. You'll hear it start up in a second from the outside. Right, APU is started, so we're going back into cockpit view. And the APU, yeah, it's just showing that it's powered up. APU power established. It's going to whack on the packs, I think now, as it switches over to APU power. Beacon light is on. One thing I will say is the sound pack improves a lot of things about the aerosoft, including, you know, the APU, the engines, of course. It doesn't do anything for the switches. The switches in this are kind of a bit tame compared to the PMDGs, but you know, it's not a bad Airbus, considering, and especially considering, of course, it has FSFO support. You know, that's a key element. It takes a lot of the burden off any airplane, especially for TFM when it releases, because we don't need all the panels immediately, and it just takes a lot of the burden off of us, you know, because you would always usually have a co-pilot with you in real life, and we want one in the cockpit with us here. So right, we're going to do then before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Doors.
And you can see, yeah, they're not closed because it's pausing, but I can't
Beacon.
close them, so.
On.
Parking brake.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Right, checklist is complete, and I don't think there's any flow that it's going to try and do. So we can go start engines. Packs off for engine start, and off it goes. Now this is the engines from the cockpit view, of course. This sound pack allows you to switch to the forward cabin or mid cabin, I think, or rear, which is pretty awesome. But for now, I've put it on cockpit, These are the IAEs. Now, of course, the good thing about this soundpack is that you will hear differences based on whether you're in the A319 or 18 or 21. 21 is a longer aircraft. 20 is kind of medium, you know. So
Engine 2 cutout.
you'll hear they're coming. If you're in the 21, you'll barely hear the engines on takeoff because it's such a long aircraft. If you're in the 19, you'll hear them screaming out of there as you go. So
Starting engine 1.
Number 1 star engaged.
alright, number 2 is still coming on. It's almost there, I think.
Number 1 generator active. Number 2 start off.
There we go. Yeah, there goes the cutout. You can hear the PTU, which I set to sound like the front cabin only because you don't hear the PTU in the cockpit usually, and I wanted to hear the barking dog PTU. So that is the stupid first officer thing that's supposed to be like ambient, you know, cockpit whatever sounds, but it's kind of dumb. It's kind of annoying. I want to get rid of it, but I don't know how. Probably something again, another option in the CDU. So, right, here comes the other engine. Engine 1.
Number 1 start off.
There goes engine 1 cutout, start up. And any second now he should confirm that all engines are stable.
All engines stable.
There
Check
we
the
go.
door.
All engines stable. Packs are coming back on. He's reminding me to check the door because obviously it's still not closed. Again, not a whole lot that we can do. Well, those packs are so loud in the 320, aren't they? Really are. Same in the 7.3, but you know.
Full number 1 heavy on selected. Army spoiler unselected. Spoilers armed.
There we go. Making sure spoilers are armed.
Setting PG.
Okay.
Setting external
It's
lights.
doing his
Taxi
thing. External lights. There we go. Taxi
external lights.
lights have just gone on. You can hear, like, you can't really hear him flicking the taxi light switch or any of those switches. So they're either really quiet
zero
or
and
they're
off.
just not included. But you know.
Lucky mark registered.
Right.
No smoking sign off.
Taxi checklist.
Taxi
No smoking sign
checklist.
on.
Flight control.
S.
You can hear on the outside the engines.
S.
You can also definitely hear that the
S.
packs are on.
K. 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 S. No smoking sign off.
Check.
No smoking
Trim.
Oh, flight controls. I missed that one. Trim also we're not doing because
Checked.
well,
Briefing.
we're not
Completed.
even
Flaps.
programming a thing here. Flaps we won't
Set.
set yet.
FMA, takeoff data. V1, 0.
Yeah,
VR,
V1,
0.
yeah.
V2, 0.
They're
Check.
all 0.
Transponder.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Castle England, United Kingdom. 1.1 miles. 330 slash. Spoilers
Okay,
armed. Spoilers armed.
oops, didn't mean to do that. I meant to arm them. Yeah, so we can. I mean, in theory, look, I'll go to the runway here and I'll
Combo box menu models. Combo box active runway code. Expanded. 27 knots. Combo box.
I'll just run the thing up a little bit. Here we go. It's kind of nice. You still get the
Lucky
cockpit
mark
sound
registered.
while you're
Door
loading
closed.
to the
Door closed.
runway.
Sound off. Sound loaded.
It's pretty awesome.
Unlocked. Sound on. Door 4 closed. Door 4 open. Door 4 closed. Door 3
Hey,
closed. Door 4
the
S.
doors
Door 4
are
open.
gonna
Door 3
kinda
closed.
go
Door 4 closed. Door 4 open. SS. Door 4 open. Door 3 closed. Door 3 closed. Door 3 closed. Door 3 closed. Door 3 open. Door 3 open. Lucky mark. Door 3 closed. Door 4 closed. Door 3 open. Door 3 closed. Door 4 open. Door 3 closed. Door 4 S.
Okay. I'm guessing it shut down the APU. I didn't hear it, but it's kind of difficult to tell. Maybe it didn't because the door's still open.
No smoking sign off.
Before takeoff checklist,
Before takeoff
sign off.
checklist.
I would do this.
Engine mode selector.
Engine
Set.
mode.
ECAM memo. Checklist complete.
ECAM is clear. ECAM is
Menu.
essentially your
Check the
warning
flaps.
display. I know we need to check the flaps. We can set them to position 2, which is essentially what they would normally set them to for a departure. And yeah, oh there you go. And we're also going to get the virtual flight attendant, which comes with the aircraft.
Flaps 24.
And yeah, that's pretty much as far as we can go right now with this aircraft. I guess we can try and do a takeoff and just mess around. Hold on then, let's
V3 disabled.
do that. Attitude mode. We're gonna get. I want to show you the thrust levers. So when I do that, that's the idle detent. We can move them to 50% here. Look.
Down 1.
Thrust set.
No, it's not set. Shush. That first click is climb power. Second click is flex. And then the next click, I think, is toga. back all the way to idle. It's very difficult for you to hear the engines really properly in this point because you got that stupid takeoff warning going off because the the bloody doors are closed and there's what can you do?
S.
Well, let's try and do a takeoff roll, shall we? Just for the hell of it.
Parking brake off.
Let's do it. Right, 50%. And flex.
Speed alive.
Oh shush. Thank you.
100 knots.
Might actually be in toga, I don't know. Huh. Look at that rumble. We'll call that V1 rotates.
E2, positive brake. Gear up. Landing gear up.
Landing gear up.
Up 12.
And of course at this point usually
Up 13.
the aircraft would be in managed
Autopilot.
mode
Up 14.
and it would deal with the
Up 16. 1000
deal with the stuff,
Up
but
17. Up 18. Up 17.
I'm taking that autopilot out because we're manually flying.
Up 13.
I'm going to push that
Acceleration
nose
altitude.
forward.
Up 10. Up 9.
Acceleration altitude. Climb power, folks. There you go. Look at that. Nice.
2600. 196 knots
No,
indicated.
we're not actually doing a terrible job. I'm just
Flaps
going to
up.
go flaps up.
200 knots indicated. 2530 feet per
I
minute.
mean, we're climbing alright, aren't we?
2372 feet. 2360 feet per minute.
Keep an eye on it. A lot of wind.
S. F. S. Left zero. A. Up 7. A. Rebound S. 2326 feet. 240 knots indicated. 242 knots indicated. 245 knots indicated.
I've got to get that nose up.
Up 8. Up 9. Up 10. Up 11.
Because that
Up 14.
speed,
Up 16. Up
oh
17.
hello, not that much. The speed is going to go through the
251 knots.
roof.
17. 7162 feet per minute. 250 knots indicated. 4000
Now
feet.
I've got the nose up too much.
Up 16. Up 15. Up 14. Up 13. Up 12. Up 11. Up 10.
Maybe
No.
10 degrees.
3500. 256 knots indicated. S.
Watch the airspeed.
Yeah.
263 knots indicated. S. 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 266 knots indicated.
Still need a bit more.
Up 10. Up 11. Up 12. Up 13. Up 14. Up 15.
Transition altitude.
It also starts doing
Check.
this.
1015. Up.
I'm not too sure why. It's something to do with the autopilot.
S.
Anyway,
A.
let's see if we can get a flyby. Look, you can tell the packs are still on,
7000 feet.
and that kind of the APU might even. I'm not even sure if the APU is still on. Possible.
3000 feet. Up 13.
I don't think it is. I think the APU's gone, but the packs are still on, and you can definitely hear the fuel pumps.
9000 feet. A. S. S. S.
It's not having fun, this aircraft, is it? It's gonna keep
281 knots indicated. S. S.
keep going anyway.
10,000 feet.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Passing 10,000 feet. I'm gonna pause it
Feet.
there.
Cut
So
off,
I
cut
mean,
off.
we just about made it to 10,000 feet alive. Sure, we broke the speed limit, but there you go. That's a little demo of the Aerosoft A320. That's FSFO support. That's with the soundpack. And yeah, pretty cool aircraft. And one to look out for the future, I would say.
4111 column 2. Odds 27. Odds 27. Nobody is
And
mode.
we'll see you in the next video.
Stop recording. Check box check. Stop recording.